Try to small gang rather than solo. Beginner will just feed most likely. Hey, I agree with that too. Doing solo like as a new person to PvP is just it's really rough. You know, I didn't start solo. I was small gang and I was an FC for a while and or a long time. And it's not like I just went and did solo PvP and then when I started doing solo PvP, I fed a lot. So, the ideal learning environment is one new guy and several experienced guys who are nice and also instructive. Yeah, and aren't assholes when you die or do something wrong. Let's do a noise.
Yep.
We haven't done a noise today.
Right.
So Friggs and Thomas, how did it? A lot of people did it that way. That wasn't good for me. Just the fights were too quick. I didn't really get much from it, to be honest. All right, here we go. This looks not bad. Let's see. We're like in the middle of a bunch of different little blobs. That one's not too far. Come on. Can I link it, please? Thank you. It's painful at first, but then you soon get sick of losing ships trying not to make the same mistake too many times. That's true. I like the kiting of cruisers and the survivability of cruisers. And mistakes are generally a little bit more forgivable, and that's why I like them.
It helps with the over too fast thing if you can record yourself, and then you can look at it and pause it. It's like, be like, okay, this is what I could have done here. Next time I will try to do that. And I also think it helps to pick one thing. Like one of my corp mates the other day was like, I need to learn how to web off things that are trying to tackle me. So like that's, you know, something comes in on him now. All he tries to do, more than he even really tries to live, is he tries to like get the web on them before they scram him.
Yeah, it's good.
So
I really should make a video on that kind of stuff, like just tips to PvP, like non-mechanical, like stuff like that. But Rawlings where everyone starts, but then after a few years, all you want to do is kite. What's up?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, stuff like, you know, start spamming your web at 20 kilometers, even though it only has a 14-kilometer hot range or whatever because of the server ticks.
Yep. Or whenever you let somebody go and you're in Orthros and they're slow, just self-destruct your ship. That's a good one.
Yeah, definitely that one. But actually don't self-destruct it, just contract it to me and I will put it to good use.
Yeah. Screening your buddies is so important. It absolutely is, man. Like, being able to cover your buddy's back is, you know, whenever Tin and I have been flying together for years. We haven't done a lot of just me and him until recently, last few months. But you can see that we both know what we're doing, and we both can trust each other on the field, because whenever we start like, okay, this is turning bad, we kind of we turn into each other. We like form like we're just on top of each other all of a sudden, because two ships on top of each other is basically having double the ship that you had before, right? So, and you can see that we're like in sync almost. We don't talk too much other than like, I got a point, he's got a point, he's going that way. But we don't have to say, oh, this is what I'm doing, because we already know what we're doing. Like, we know what each other's doing, and it's really, really good. Yeah, we're on top of each other all the time. It's really nice. It's really nice. No talking at one top. Sorry, I had a work email. Anything, and I got a text from the girlfriend. Anything else you want for New Year's, I suppose? I was gonna go to Walmart and buy some of those little poppy things, but Walmart is super packed. Focus on one thing seems like good advice. I've flown just tackle mostly in East for nearly 2 years in a small gang fleet. Felt weird to fly bigger things, you know, and gets used to the speed freak. Tackle pilots are so good, man.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't really understand, like everyone's like, oh yeah, my ship can do DPS, but being a dedicated DPS pilot is actually its own skill set, because you have to decide who and when, and you know your ranges and things like that. That you know, it makes a difference if you have someone like Mark Bridges is super good at it. And it's really different when there's someone who's really knows that part of it as well as someone, you know, it's like when you have a really good tackle pilot. It's different from having like someone who is flying a tackle ship.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you have someone that's just flying a scepter, and you just go, okay, I'm gonna go point him, and then you right click orbit 15, and then you're just doing circles around the guy, and then like 2 more things come on grid, and all the DPS switch to something else, but the tackle stays on the original thing, or then there's the tackle that will switch to what you're firing, and then okay, that's one step up. Then there's the tackle that will screen for you, which is fantastic. Like, okay, we're on an offensive point of the fight where we're doing the DPS, we're kind of making them kite, or we're kiting around them. Let's get a point on them. Versus, okay, we need to be really careful here. They've got really fast ships that are able to hold us down. They're burning in at us. Tackle swoops in, scrams something to turn it off, screens for us. And that's like top tier tackle pilots, the ones that can do that without even you asking for it. They can see the web and the, is it ebb and flow? Yeah, ebb and flow of the fight. So
yeah, prioritize targets and things like that.
You have to do flight school like Chester now. Hey, I've got some YouTube videos for that kind of stuff. I'm working on them. Next one is going to be a little simpler. It's going to be the tactical overlay and just everything about it. But like Chester's kind of got that. Yeah, he doesn't play anymore, but his videos are pretty on point about that kind of stuff.
The only thing that's really outdated about those videos is some of the fittings, because the ships have changed a little bit, but
True.
otherwise, they're all still quite good.
Ooh, a lot of people in here. Oh, this is where we're going. Okay. Flying with somebody in like just like an interceptor is like the best one versus somebody who knows what they're doing and is super confident, and it's just night and day. It's so rewarding. The most important thing in regards to what you just mentioned for tackle, just having ship names turned on. I mean, I only did that recently. I don't think it's good, but I don't think it's like game breaking otherwise. I'm a decent tackle pilot.
It's a lot easier to just look at the space.
True.
You know, and be like, don't care about this Cerberus who's cruising around at 40. Like, he's never going to ram you. This Vigilant, on the other hand, is absolutely coming for you with that web.
I managed for a while. I don't think I've actually flown tackle with all that turned on, so.
Yeah, you definitely can do it with the overview. I think it's just one less step to be checking back and forth to the overview all the time about which ship is where.
And it triggers me more than people think. DPS just smashing that button burnt my shits down to tackle, and then DPS like, oh sorry, not in range, wrong ammo loaded. Yeah. If someone's looking to start as DPS, then an Oracle is a great ship for that. You learn the basics of, you know, you have to switch ammo to stay in range. You have to have good range control, otherwise.
Yeah.
Yep. Watch your cap. But you only have 2 mods. You have the guns and the micro warp drive. Like, you don't have to worry about module management. Ships like the Legion that I'm flying, that's heavy module management. You got a bunch of mods. You got drones. You have to know when to apply the newts. But realistically, all this is a DPS boat. So, with a little bit of newts for support.